Hi, my loves. I sat down this morning, coffee wasn't even ready yet, and something came through so strong, I had to stop everything and film this first. You know how Spirit does that sometimes, just cuts straight through the to-do list and says, no, this one can't wait. I'm Emma, and this is Manifest and Meaning Tarot. If you're new here, welcome, and please subscribe because what's coming through today is not something you want to catch halfway. Before we start, only take what resonates, dear, and leave the rest. What I'm pulling today is coming from a really specific place, and I don't think it's meant for everybody watching. But if it's yours, you're going to know within the first minute. So let me set the scene for you, because this reading is about a moment. A small, throwaway moment that changed everything, and the person it happened to doesn't even fully understand yet what they set in motion. Let's pull the cards. Okay, let's begin. The Fool, the casual word that meant nothing, yet. The Fool, new beginnings, but also someone stepping forward without any idea what they're actually stepping into. I'm seeing a moment, dear, maybe recent, maybe a few weeks back, where someone was asked about you. Casually. What's new? Who have you been talking to? Something like that. And they answered with a word that undersold everything. Oh, they're cool. Just cool. Like you were a place they visited once. Like you were something easy to set down. And here's the thing I want you to really sit with. They weren't lying. They genuinely believed that's all it was. That's actually what makes this reading so interesting to me. The Fool doesn't lie, dear. The Fool just doesn't know yet. Whatever was already stirring in them hadn't announced itself. There were no symptoms, just a word that fell short of the truth without either of you realizing it. I want to expand on this a little longer because I think this card is really about how most powerful things start small and undramatic. Nobody rings a bell when something real begins. It just starts, quietly, underneath the surface, while the person experiencing it keeps living their normal life, completely unaware of what's already been set into motion. The Moon. The depth they didn't see coming. The Moon. This card is about what's hidden beneath the surface. The parts of you that don't show up in the first conversation, or the first week, or sometimes even the first month. Here's what I'm sensing about you, dear, and I want you to really receive this. When people first meet you, they see the easy part, your warmth, your humor, how comfortable you make people feel almost instantly. And that read isn't wrong, it's just incomplete. Because underneath that, there's a depth in you that doesn't introduce itself right away. It waits. It reveals itself slowly, the longer someone stays close to you, and every layer they discover just makes them more curious about the next one. And I think that depth is real precisely because of what built it. I'm sensing that somewhere in your story, someone who should have been steady for you wasn't. Someone who should have been your safe place became something harder to stand near. And instead of that breaking you, you built something out of it. Not walls, dear, something quieter and stronger than walls. A kind of groundedness that looks like calm from the outside, but took years to construct on the inside. Alone, without anyone handing you a manual. That's what people are actually responding to when they say there's something about you. It's not performance, it's architecture. And I believe Spirit was with you through every bit of that building, not sparing you from it, but present in it, because what you built in that quiet became exactly the thing that draws people in without them understanding why. The Tower. The moment your name stopped being casual. The Tower. Sudden, undeniable. The moment something can't be unseen anymore. So let's track what happens after that first cool comment, dear, because I think it unfolds in stages. In the beginning, there's barely a thought. Maybe one passing, they were interesting, and then nothing. Life continues. You take up almost no space in their mind. But then something shifts. Maybe something you said, offhand, forgettable to you, lands somewhere unexpected in them. An observation, a way of seeing something that feels older and wiser than they expected from someone they've only just met. And it starts returning to them at strange hours, in the shower, driving, right before falling asleep, when the mind stops guarding itself and the real thoughts wander in. Your words just stay there, uninvited. And then I see something shift in their habits, small, almost unconscious. Checking if you've posted anything, noticing your presence online a little more than they used to, without really deciding to. And then, this is the tower moment, dear. Someone says your name out loud, casually, in a completely unrelated conversation, and their whole body reacts before their mind can catch up. Everything else goes quiet, just your name, landing at full volume. I think that's the moment they realize this isn't casual anymore. And it startles them a little, honestly, because it's not something they planned, and it's definitely not something they're fully in control of. Two of Cups, the comparison they can't stop making. 12:30 to 15:30. The Two of Cups, reversed. Connection, but measured against something else now. What I'm seeing here, dear, is that once this shift happens, it doesn't stay contained. I think they start noticing it everywhere, at gatherings, around new people, even in conversations that have nothing to do with you. And there's this quiet, automatic comparison running in the background now. Someone else might be charming, attentive, doing everything right, and still, there's a gap. A noticeable distance between what's in front of them and what you already left an imprint of. And I think people close to them are starting to notice something's different too. Not wrong, just different. Quieter in groups, a little more thoughtful before they speak. And I believe someone who knows them well has probably already asked, gently, sideways, something like, "Who's got you so distracted lately?" And I think their reaction to that question said more than any answer could have. A stillness, a pause that gave everything away without a single word. I want to sit with this a little longer, dear, because I think it's worth naming honestly. This isn't about you trying to be unforgettable or performing some version of yourself designed to create that effect. You didn't do anything to cause this comparison. It's simply what happens when someone experiences real depth after being used to surface-level connection. Once you felt something real, everything else starts to look a little smaller by comparison. That's not manipulation on your part. That's just how contrast works. The Hermit, what their body knows before their mind admits. The Hermit, quiet, internal, the truth that's already known before it's spoken. I think there's a private side to all of this that they haven't told anyone. Maybe there's been a moment where they almost reached out, found something that reminded them of a conversation you two had once, something small you mentioned that they somehow still remember, and their hand moved toward sending it to you before they stopped themselves. Not because they didn't want to, because they wanted to too much, and that scared them a little. I'm also sensing something almost physical here, dear. When they're near you, or even just thinking about you, their whole system responds differently. Slower breathing, a kind of stillness, their attention just finding you in a room without deciding to. I think their mind is still busy constructing reasons why this isn't a big deal, while their body settled the question weeks ago. I want to add, I think in quiet, unremarkable moments, an ordinary evening at home, doing nothing special, you show up in their thoughts uninvited. Not dramatically, just present. And there's a warmth to that image that they can't quite recreate with anyone else, no matter how hard they've tried. That's the Hermit for you. The truth sitting quietly, already known, just not spoken out loud yet. The Star. Why you never had to try. And we close with the Star, dear. Hope, healing, and the truth finally settling into place. Here's what I want you to take from this whole reading. You didn't orchestrate any of this. You didn't play a role or perform a version of yourself designed to be unforgettable. You just showed up consistently as exactly who you are. Warm in every room, honest regardless of audience, unwilling to shrink yourself just to make someone else comfortable. And that consistency, that quiet refusal to be anything other than real, is the thing people can't quite replicate and can't quite walk away from once they've felt it. You don't owe anyone an explanation for the effect you have on people, dear. You don't need to dim anything to make it easier for someone else to catch up. Your only responsibility is to keep being exactly what you already are. And I want to say this clearly. You are not too much. You are early, and the people around you are simply catching up to what was there all along. So, whoever this reading found today, someone underestimated you with a small, careless word, and it's already unraveling into something they didn't expect and can't quite name yet. That's not luck, dear. That's just what happens when someone real crosses paths with someone who is only ever pretending to be casual about it. If this landed for you today, let me know in the comments. I love hearing what resonates. Like the video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. I love you all. I'll see you in the next one.